Hi, everybody. This is Jordan McKee from LeadTrain, and we're happy to be with you here today, as usual. Today, we're going to do something a little bit unique. We're going to have an interview one-on-one with one of the valued and outstanding members of the LeadTrain team, DJ Misurelli. So, DJ, thank you so much for agreeing to meet with me and to be interviewed during your very busy schedule.
Well, Jordan, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I know you guys are pretty busy doing a lot of this kind of stuff, so it's nice to be kind of pulled in for a little bit.
So to start off, DJ, your title is lead UX developer or lead UX designer. To start off, tell us, what does that mean? What is this UX anything?
Yeah, it sounds kind of scary, maybe a little bit, but a UX designer, what that stands for, first of all, is user experience. And what a user experience designer does is, it might be what you think, but for me, it's having a certain empathy and sympathy for a user, somebody who uses a product, and understanding what they're going through, what their emotions are, what their frustrations and pain points are, and being able to design a product in a way to alleviate those pain points and frustrations. And not only beyond that is delighting them with the experience that they're going to have while they use your product. And I got to say, it's pretty fun to be able to do that. It's also quite a challenge too.
In what ways? How has it challenged you?
Oh, to be able to understand somebody, a particular user, if you will, in a way that is really meaningful to the product is pretty hard, because when everybody thinks about, oh, this works for me, this is how it would work for me, this is how I would use it, this is how I would do it, and you can't do that as a designer, and it's really hard not to. And I know we here at LeadTrain, I remember when I first came on, I think maybe a little surprised by the direction we first took, which was zero having to do with anything except for what their daily life is like. What are the things they are concerned about? What are their fears? What are their worries? What are their hopes and dreams? What are their goals and aspirations? And that's all we talked about for at least the first couple of weeks before we even started designing anything.
To give you a little inside scoop, when we first stepped into the development of LeadTrain, because the whole LeadTrain process has been years in the making, but when we stepped into the actual development process, we spent, like DJ said, weeks just dealing with personas, just dealing with understanding our users, understanding network marketers, understanding wellness advocates, and more than just understanding who we're talking to, but trying to step in your shoes and seeing how you feel, what you've been struggling with, and how we can help make your life better. So
that's a really important part of the process too. Is empathy is at the heart of creativity, especially for designers. To be able to empathize with someone and to understand their hurts and their needs, you can come up with solutions that are innovative and groundbreaking, and it changed the way people think and use things. It's really great.
So if I'm listening to this right now, and perhaps, DJ and I are both naturally skeptical people, that we like to do a lot of research before we back something, but say I'm that skeptical mind, I'm listening to this and I'm saying, okay, DJ, delighting to use your business software, is that possible? Could I actually delight to use a piece of software?
That's a great question. Actually, my definition of delightful use of software is probably different than what everybody's thinking. And I would refer to it it would probably be better referred to as an invisible experience. That means when I'm using it, I don't even realize that somebody spent all this time and effort to make it awesome for me. I'm just able to get things done without having to ask questions or slowing down or trying to figure it out. It just happens. And when I look at the interface, I'm like, yeah, of course that's the way it should be. And when you have an interface or an experience that's like that you're looking at and you're analyzing and you think there's no other way to do it, that's when you kind of know that it's been done right. Right? That's a good indication. I don't know if that helps explain a delightful experience, but I think of it more as an invisible experience. Good design is invisible.
I love that. I think that's a great point, and it really makes sense. So we've had a few users that or potential few people that have contacted us and have asked us about, or I guess voiced their concern with worries of, will I be able to do this? I'm not extremely technical. I can use a computer, but I'm not claiming to be any genius with the computer. Is this going to be over my head? Do you play a role in that process, or how would you answer those people?
Yeah, I do play a role in that process, and a key role, I think. And it's not an easy task, especially for the people who are really concerned about it. That being said, I have some experience designing for people who have, well, how would you put it? Zero tech savviness. Is that even a term? But I don't know. I don't know if I want to give too much away about where I've been or where I've come from, but for worldwide audiences who are much older, who know little about technology, I've had to design interfaces in the past where they're able to manage some pretty complex programs. Not that just speaks for itself, because it is still pretty hard, but the key is it comes back to knowing and understanding them. Are they going to be able to understand what a checkbox means versus an X, or a specific color, or a specific term? What does that mean when I'm thinking of it in this context? Well, that's what we focus on, is just to try to make it easier for them in any way that we possible. We think of things that we never thought before when we try to step in their shoes.
And I guess to follow up with that again is, do you feel like someone with little technology experience would be able to come in and successfully use the LeadTrain software?
Yeah, that's the goal. The goal is to be able to have us hold your hand and kind of walk you through it at the very beginning and teach you everything you need to know at a really basic level where it's really easy to understand, and you should be able to do everything that you want to do on the software without any help from another person. We should be able to walk you through it in the software. I don't see, and that's the whole goal, right? Is we're just going to make it possible for you to accomplish anything that you want in a easy and delightful way. And whatever we miss, the thing is, it's a process. You know, we're not going to get it perfect at the very first time every time. We'll have to go through periods where we get some good feedback on ways to make it better, and we will, because we will be working on the user experience of our software for the lifetime of the product here later this year, and it will always be focused on making it better, easier, more simple, and more productive. And that's never going to stop.
So I'm going to keep digging at you.
Please.
You said the goal. It's the goal to have it be like this. I guess my question deeper would be, how confident are you that you're starting on the right foot with this goal?
Pretty confident, because before it gets to you guys, our audience now, it will have been through people that we're going to be testing it on, and we're going to be doing all kinds of different types of testing. I don't know if I want to bore you with that, but A/B testing and task analysis, things like that, to ensure that even just the labels or the colors or the symbols, they all make sense to somebody who has never seen it before and somebody who is not good with technology. And if it tests better a certain way, then we'll continue to design it that way. You'll have reusable conventions. There's a lot of design ideas, I guess you would say, that we use to make sure that it will be easy right off the bat. And well, I'm sure we're going somewhere else after this, but
yeah, no, I guess I want to make sure that this is quick and easy so people can listen to it and get on with their day. But to finish off, give me your last 2 cents. if you've got the LeadTrain audience here, LeadTrain Nation, what would you want to say to them with the experience you have with the product so far?
Well, you know, I've worked at a couple different places, have some experience with being a designer, an interaction and user experience designer. And our culture is a little bit different than any other place I've worked at, in that I'm not the only one. I know you're interviewing me as a lead UX designer, developer, but what's interesting about LeadTrain is it's not just me that's advocating for the user, which is commonly the case in most software products. I've seen you, Jordan, and Kyle, and the developers, our QA, our whole team is concerned with how our users, you guys, our audience, will be able to interact with our product, what you will think and what you will feel, and your needs are placed above any business needs or any logic or anything else. And I think that is pretty neat as a product, and it's something that I've never seen before that LeadTrain makes pretty awesome.
Well, DJ, thank you so much. I just wanted to throw my opinions in at the end and just say that DJ is just a representation of all of the work that is going into this. And he's a great representative, because I can tell you that him and Kyle and I and the rest of our team have spent countless hours sitting in front of whiteboards and drawing and erasing and drawing and erasing and testing and interviewing and making sure that we're creating a product that will be easy to use and that'll be successful in the purpose that it's set out to obtain. My last thought would be, if you have any questions or if you want to give any feedback to DJ about the projects that him and his team are working on, or the rest of us as the LeadTrain team, please contact us at info@leadtrain.com. That's info, INFO, @leadtrain.com. Thank you so much for your time. We hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll be back soon. Thanks.